Owens has been providing facility management, maintenance, and custodial services for CREC for over 20 years. We have approximately 100 employees, 36 buildings that consist of the educational buildings and your administrative offices as well. We're very proud of the relationship that we have with CREC over all these years and proud to be a sponsor today for FallStaff. In addition to FallStaff, we are the platinum sponsor that includes several of the back-to-school events, including the back-to-school special here at CREC Central, the golf tournament, as well as the Bruce Douglas Scholarship Fund. I think FallStaff is a great event. It really kicks off the school year for everybody. It is very enlightening. I particularly like the skits that CREC does with the singing over all these years. We're proud to be a sponsor today for FallStaff, which I think is in addition to FallStaff, we are the platinum sponsor. Many shout outs to our employees. We have over 100 employees at your school. You might recognize some of them or know their names: Donna, Hanifa, Orlando, Reggie, Joel, Manny. The list goes on and on. But thanks for everything you do and keeping the school healthy for the teachers. And particularly like the skits that CREC does with the singing over all these years. We're proud to be a sponsor.
FallStaff is around the corner. So the theme is, we agree, reset, reconnect, refocus. So this year, I would really like to get some ideas from the leadership team. What do you think?
Some ideas from the leadership team? We can ask, but after the past year that we've been through, that group has been acting a little bit strange.
Strange? Like how? FallStaff is around.
He's not here. Here's what's going on. Alright, it's supposed to be planning FallStaff, but she's always busy and who knows what kind of job she'll do. But we, the brains of the operation, can come up with some good ideas, I think. I'm raising my hand. Remember when they rode Tim's Cadillac?
But now, CREC has a helicopter. So instead of the caddy, we could use a helicopter to fly Greg around to all the sites.
I think he has a great singing voice, kind of like JoJo Siwa.
Yeah, remember that time at Yard Goat Stadium when we poured the Gatorade on Greg?
Even better than the Gatorade was when we got to hit him in the face with a pie. Remember that?
Helicopter to fly Greg around.
Focus on our strategic priorities, y'all. What if we did cheerleading and we said go, CREC, go? I got an idea. What if we give everybody bubbles and they can blow bubbles?
You know what? I think I got this. I got it.
morning. Welcome to FallStaff55. As you saw in the video, a lot of thought went into this, but we are here to reset, reconnect, and refocus. We're also here to celebrate an incredible organization and all the employees that make it that incredible organization. Right now, I would like to call upon one of our music educators from the University of Hartford Magnet School, Lauren Lambert, to sing the national anthem. Lauren?
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow, that was incredible. One more time for Lauren. Thank you very much. As I said today, our theme is reset, reconnect, refocus. The idea being that after what we've been through, we do need to take some time to reconnect with one another, to reflect, but also to focus on the future. I'm going to start focusing on the future by sharing with you something from CREC's past. A couple of months ago, we had the opportunity as a leadership group to come together after the school year had wrapped up in our annual retreat. We were joined as part of that retreat by John Allison. John Allison was the first executive director of CREC. He was the founding executive director of CREC. The idea of CREC was his. I thought it would be interesting for our leadership to hear from John. You see a couple pictures from that day. CREC began, again, as an idea in John's mind. He brought that idea to a group of educators in the region, and this is in the 1960s. And that group applied for a $9,000 grant. $9,000. They approached John and said, would you like to lead this new organization? We're not sure if we're going to get the grant, but we need to know because we got to tell them we have somebody to run it. And he took that leap of faith. I think the difference between CREC and a $9,000 federal grant, what soon became 4 employees working out of the same building as a company that delivered heating oil, and what we are today is barely recognizable. I think about what CREC must have gone through in those early days. And John and I talked about that. And John looked at me and he smiled and said, yeah, we had some challenges, but I don't think we ever had a year or a challenge that you faced in the last 12 months. But when I look at what John shared with us, and I realize what was written into that $9,000 grant, it is the core reason that we exist today, and it is no different than the reason that CREC and RESCs were created over 50 years ago. In that first federal grant, and in the legislation that followed to create organizations like CREC to serve regions as we do, there was clearly a message that we were here for reasons of social justice, that we were here to provide programming that local districts could not. But that programming was to focus on providing opportunities for those who are underserved and to enhance integrated educational opportunities for children. When I look at that mission from 55 years ago, and I think about our core values, the aspirational vision that we have and share as this organization, CREC today is no different than CREC then. And I can only thank John Allison for believing in this organization and creating with those initial building blocks the foundation upon which we exist today. With those thoughts, I say welcome to FallStaff55. I do wish we could all be together in one place today. I think I said this on tape last year, maybe next year. Well, again, maybe next year. But we will do today what I believe is the raison d'etre. Did I say that right? You know what that means? The reason that we exist. Glad to see that our superintendent of magnet schools doesn't know what that means. But the reason in my mind that we have FallStaff every year is really simple, is to celebrate an incredible organization, to reaffirm our connection to one another, and to remind us, no matter what the name is on the building where we report to work every day, or the program that we work in every day, that we are all contributing to something much bigger. And that something much bigger is pretty darn special. So today, we are going to celebrate an incredible organization. And we're going to start that by doing a roll call.
We at the Academy of Aerospace and Engineering in Windsor, Connecticut, want to wish all CREC employees a great 2021-2022 school year.
Welcome back from Aerospace Elementary School.
Good morning. We are Birth to Three. We've been here all summer. You'll find us at families' houses, in the community, at Head Starts and daycare. Sometimes even at our offices in Weathersfield at Soundbridge. Welcome back. Have a great year.
Welcome to Civic Leadership 2021-2022. We can't be more excited. Welcome, Eagles. Yes, sir.
Welcome to the 2021-22 school year from Discovery Academy here at Camp Woodstock.
We're the team from the Farmington Valley Diagnostic Center. Welcome back! Woo-hoo!
Welcome all from the Family Resource Center. We've all been through a lot for the last year and a half.
We're built to get back to work and do what we do for kids and parents. Let's be safe, let's be responsible. Peace out.
Hola, somos del programa CREC y estamos muy contentos por el nuevo año escolar.
Hello, fellow Creckies. This is Tom Brodnitsky in the Impact Academy coming to you from Hammonasset State Park.
Happy back to school year!
From the Nomads Outdoor Adventure Park, IMS is so excited to invite our children and families back, and we are pumped to be back together. Thank you.
Hi everybody, welcome back from Polaris! Hello from MLC! We are happy to be together and energized to start the year! MLC! 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 MLC!
Good morning. On behalf of the Reggio Magnet School of the Arts, we'd like to wish you a happy school year.
Happy school year!
Hello from the River Street Autism Program at Berkeley.
Hello, Creckies. I'm Patrick Hike from River Street School in Windsor. Welcome back to a new school year, and let's get ready to do good things for kids.
We are Soundbridge. Welcome back.
Greetings from Scribe.
Happy New Year. Two Rivers Magnet Middle School.
Hello from University of Hartford Magnet School Central Office rocks.
Heck of a nice way to say welcome back. One of the things that is very important to CREC is that we are a public agency and we do have a council that governs us. And it's my honor every year to ask the chair of that council to come and share a few thoughts with our CREC staff. This year, the council chair is Lydia Tadone. Lydia is a longtime Board of Education member in Simsbury, but she has also been on the CREC board for decades. She's also active in public education organizations, not only in Connecticut, but across the country. She is a huge supporter of the work that we do, and we appreciate the time and effort she gives us. I'd like to call Lydia Tadone to the stage to share a few thoughts. Lydia?
Oh, it's been a while since I've been on this stage. I just want to preface, this is my second go round as your CREC chair. I was CREC chair, oh my God, probably about 15 years ago. So it's just great to be up here and be in front of all of you and to those of you staff and teachers at all your various programs. So good morning, CREC, or commonly known as Creckies and the CREC family. And to those of you that are new, welcome to our wonderful extended family. First of all, I hope you're as excited as I am. Whoop, I can take this off for this speech. There we go. About welcoming our students back to our collective CREC schools really very soon. I can't wait for learning and instruction to begin again for our scholars. Touch points and engagement with them will be so important on so many different levels. And I know I can count on each of you to make day one, 2021, a great experience for our students, staff, and their families. I think it's fair to say that last year has been chaotic, even for the most resilient of school districts and outside organizations. Leaders across the globe have had to lean into the type of cataclysmic scenario usually reserved for movies or dystopian TV series, which we probably all know very well. Quite frankly, at the outset of the pandemic, most educational leaders took direct and immediate action to secure their schools and protect their staff and students. Their focus was on refocus. And you've heard Greg allude to that and of course that wonderful video before. Ensuring their survival through decisive action and organizing additional support to protect productivity, teacher, and student well-being. Now we're seeing many school districts pivoting away from crisis management towards a focus on new opportunities. However, even as school leaders take the first tentative steps towards reimagining their organizations, they will undoubtedly continue to face complexity, ambiguous information, and unknown unknowns. So, what is it that leaders must now start to lead their organizations and their staff toward a post-pandemic world? During the refocus stage, leaders need to cautiously take their foot off the brake and start to reimagine their organizations. In a refocus scenario, top teams must make decisions to protect their core work and purpose and begin to reimagine the future. While a sense of organizational refocus and a post-pandemic world may seem some way off, taking steps described in refocus are vital to educational organizations such as CREC, if their leadership teams are about to emerge as viable entities. So I'm going to go to page 3 since I spilled coffee this morning as I was leaving the house, and I had my husband text me my page 3, so please bear with me. Great way to start off, but hey, we're Creckies. You know what? We make it work. We make it happen. So then comes reconnect. Once you're in reconnect mode, leadership teams will need to rethink their style and priorities once again. What's absolute, however, is the remaining hyper aware of individual staff members and level will remain of utmost importance for the future. What I do know is that CREC staff are beyond hopeful, dedicated and loyal to the work involved in all levels of reset, refocus, and reconnect. You were all selected to be part of a small cadre of people who carry the skills and dispositions necessary to take CREC students to another level of success, ready for college and career life transition. Thank you. Thank you all for all your collective efforts to support our students. Your commitment to meeting the needs of the myriad of diverse children in our systems who enter our CREC school doors every day has not gone unnoticed. Best wishes for an amazingly productive year. And on behalf of the CREC Council for 2021-22, we wish you good luck. Happy first day of school in all your areas. And we are here to serve you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lydia, for those very inspiring words and thoughts. And again, my job is to interact with the council, but CREC needs to understand the value that these people bring to allow us to do the things that we do. So I appreciate your words and your leadership. I'm also very impressed. I was thinking maybe I should put my speech on my iPhone, see if it works any better. Doesn't seem any different. Before we move on to the awards and presentations, I'm going to do this early because I do not want to forget. Last year we did FallStaff virtually, but it was also pre-recorded and shared. This year, we are doing a live simulcast. I'm hoping that a couple of times during the event, I can hear some noise coming from throughout the greater Hartford area, maybe up in Enfield or down in Rocky Hill. I know we even have some groups here on the learning corridor, if maybe we can hear them. But I want to hear you right now, at least those of you that are here, but across the way, to thank our communications team, to thank Ora Alvarado, Tom Sullivan, Brandon, all of you who help. Is Jerry up there? Jerry's up, oh, Jerry's over there. All of our communication team for helping put together this simulcast and helping put together FallStaff. So let's give them an appropriate thank you. And now we're going to begin our annual FallStaff presentations. We're going to start with some of our core value awards. I'd like to call to the stage our director of the CREC Resource Group, Amy Carwin, to present the first core value award for expecting excellence. Amy?
Good morning, CREC family. Expect excellence. What does excellence even look like in a year that is more obviously characterized by courage, equity, and collaboration? Was excellence even a reasonable expectation during COVID, when so much of our time and energy was spent on crisis management? I consulted some recognized thinkers on the topic of excellence, and here's what they said. Excellence is to do a common thing in an uncommon way. Booker T. Washington speaks to the way we operate, the how, rather than focusing on the tasks. He makes the case for our own unique spin and out-of-the-box thinking to achieve excellence. If you are going to achieve excellence in big things, you develop the habit in little matters. Excellence is not an exception, it's a prevailing attitude. Colin Powell's ideas about the practice of excellence remind us about the journey's importance over the destination. Excellence is a way of being, of moving throughout our world. The secret of joy in work is contained in one word: excellence. To know how to do something well is to enjoy it. I love this idea from American writer and novelist Pearl Buck, linking joy with excellence, and especially in our work serving our students and educators. I'll leave you with the most appropriate expression of the expect excellence core value for today, and to set the context of celebration for our award-winning colleague. Party time. Excellent. This year's Expect Excellence Core Value Award winner was nominated by Jay Molly at River Street School. Jay, if you could please be up in front of your camera. In his nomination, Jay wrote, "This person took on the role last year as our COVID team leader. They set high expectations and displayed exemplary communication skills and supported staff night and day. Their demands and expectations for proper communication were evident in the countless announcements and emails. Their personal touch helped allow others to feel safe at work and have confidence in our day-to-day operations. This person also spearheaded our vaccine scheduling despite countless coverage issues in the building. These examples do not tell the whole story as to what Laura Kelleher continually brings to the building on a daily basis. She deserves recognition for her support and commitment to excellence. Congratulations, Laura Kelleher." And now to present the 2021 Demand Equity Core Value Award, Director of School Choice, Christina Jordan.
Good morning, everyone. Demanding equity in the field of education is no easy feat in Connecticut. Our state that leans liberal, but maintains the country's largest opportunity gap for Black and Brown students compared to their white peers. Connecticut that prides itself in its open-mindedness, but still teaches antiquated histories and literatures in most of its institutions. Connecticut that continues to attempt integration statutorily through education. Yet with these obstacles in place, there stands the Capital Region Education Council. Interrupting bias, an early adopter of diversity, equity, and inclusion statement, hosting an agency equity council, hiring our first director of diversity, equity, and inclusion, hosting our first courageous conversations on race, and then further evolving that into a train the trainer model. CREC resource groups, anti-racist educator framework, magnet schools, intensive training on racial equity and examining critical race theory, and unpacking and rewriting its curriculum, including their first annual anti-racist annual Racial Justice Action Week. All of the work done day in and day out by our special education staff in our schools, programs, and central office. School Choice continuously engaged in internal training in order to support Hartford students choosing suburban education and coaching districts in cultural relevance. Recruitment and retention at the human resources level that continues to evolve. I mean, I could stand here all day and tout the work that is happening in all the divisions as a result of CREC moving past knowledge to wisdom, which Indigenous cultures define as knowledge applied. For me last year, when the Black Lives Matter movement finally came to the forefront during the pandemic, CREC's adoption of signage at all of our schools, programs, and buildings could not have made me more proud. And to be honest, feel very safe. This year, during Pride Month, when the Pride flag was raised, I could not think of a better place to work. CREC is known for hiring the best and the brightest, and we that choose to work here have choices beyond CREC. Yet, CREC retains a good majority of us because CREC continues to grow with the changing winds. CREC continues to affirm its employees and continues to encourage disruption to create a better corner of the world for our staff, our students, and our families. Yes, the fact that this agency even has a core value named demand equity is something that none of us should take for granted. Because civil rights are very, very hard won. And as we have learned in the not so distant past, with a change in leadership and a change in tides, civil rights can be easily lost. So this year's Demand Equity Core Value Award winner was nominated by Tyra Smith at the Impact Academy. We're lucky enough to have the whole staff from Impact with us today in the theater. Tyra, would you please come to the stage? In her nomination, Tyra wrote the following: This person is a role model at Impact. They have taken on the role of mentor for one of our new students who was having difficulty adjusting to the new environment. They are able to work with students no matter their background. They also have positive working relationships with their coworkers, as well as members of our community. Our students voted Cole Grosner. There's just a little bit more. I want to make sure we capture her quote while they take photos. Our students voted Cole Grosner as their favorite teacher because of his acceptance of everyone, his willingness to go above and beyond for our students, and for teaching them new things. Congratulations, Cole. Congratulations, Impact. Next, I would like to introduce Carlos Figueroa to present the Shining Stars ILD Longevity and In Memoriam Awards.
Good morning, Creckies. I bring you these greetings on behalf of the entire HR team. Against the backdrop of a difficult year, there was no shortage of new experiences and challenges about how we work, how we learn, how we think, and how we live. It is so important to make the most of these, as we do not learn from the experiences themselves. We learn from reflecting on our experiences. What better time to reset expectations, to reconnect with each other, and refocus our priorities. One of the biggest motivators for employees is to be held in high esteem by their own peers. When employees are well recognized, they feel empowered, motivated, and engaged. It is my privilege to congratulate the 2020-2021 Shining Stars, whose names are on the screen, who continue to live and model the correct mission, vision, and our core values every day. Today, many successful organizations are taking a closer look on how to identify, measure, and develop their key employees as part of our overall talent management strategy. Employee development is almost universally recognized as a strategic tool for an organization continuing growth, productivity, and the ability to retain valuable employees, which is why CREC has invested in our internal leadership development program for almost 11 years, as part of our talent management strategy to help facilitate leadership development by offering training and tools to develop leadership skills. It is my pleasure to present the 2021 graduating class and congratulate them again on their tremendous achievement. And now I am honored to recognize the many Creckies who reached a longevity milestone this past year. Longevity is key to our success. That success is due to the talent and efforts shared with us and those we serve by these honorees. Together, we can take pride in their accomplishments and commitment to excellence. The names on the screen are those employees celebrating working at CREC for 10, 20, 25, wait for it, 30, one more time, 35 years of service. We applaud you for your commitment to this agency and celebrate your longevity. Thank you for your commitment to our mission and to the children and families of our region and our state. Now to honor our 2020 longevity recipients. Wow, and I've only been here 3 years, but they tell me with time, you're having fun, and time flies, right? So still have a few more years to go, right? And now we like to take a moment to honor the memory of CREC employees who have passed away in the last year. Thank you. Now I would like to introduce Assistant Superintendent Dr. Sarah Voca to present the 2021 CREC Paraeducator of the Year.
I have to adjust this because Greg is over 6 feet tall and I'm 4'11". All right. Excellent. Good morning, CREC Nation. Thank you. I have the honor and the pleasure of presenting the Paraeducator of the Year and the nominees. Paraeducators make a significant contribution to the classroom. They assist with the planning of learning activities, they assist with instruction, and they provide academic support for our students. But even more than this, a paraeducator can change a student's life, their trajectory, through the meaningful, trusting relationships they build with their students. And as you will see from the individual who was selected as our Paraeducator of the Year, a paraeducator has the power to make a difference, not only for one student, but for an entire school. Here are our 2020-2021 Paraeducator of the Year nominees. Adina O'Connor, CREC Academy of Aerospace and Engineering Elementary School. Kathy Michaud, CREC Academy of Science and Innovation. Jennifer Farrell, CREC Anna Grace Academy of the Arts Elementary School. Sharon Keenan, CREC Civic Leadership High School. Onita Habermill, CREC Discovery Academy. Dennis Fields, CREC Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts Full Day. Dahmer, CREC Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts Middle School. Missy Boyd, Glastonbury East Hartford Magnet School. Kimberly Little, CREC International Magnet School for Global Citizenship. Jessica Lewis, CREC Metropolitan Learning Center for Global and International Studies. Janice Mitchell, CREC Montessori Magnet School. Kimberly Moylan, CREC Museum Academy. Carol Sfikis, CREC Reggio Magnet School of the Arts. Jose Nieves, CREC River Street School. Sydney Fernandez, CREC Two Rivers Magnet Middle School. and Javon Watson, Craig University of Hartford Magnet School. So please give the nominees another round of applause. And now for a video celebrating our Para-Educator of the Year.
I think first and foremost, the thing that you should know about Sydney is the fact that she is incredibly warm-hearted. I think all educators are, but with Sydney, it's the first thing that you notice.
Sydney understands the importance of relationship building and getting to know her kids. She works with some of our challenging students, is very patient with them, takes her time in making sure that all of their needs are met, and also pushes them to make sure that they excel at what they're working at.
So I've had an opportunity to work with Sydney this year with one of our most challenging students. Sydney knows from the moment this student walks in the door to the moment he walks out the door exactly what he needs, from breakfast to a comb, to a hug, to getting work done. She will ask questions, the right questions, when she doesn't know something. She will research on her own time different things, different disabilities that students have so that she can better educate them.
So I really love working with the students here. I learned so much from them, and I'm so proud of everything that they're able to accomplish despite everything they go through. I don't necessarily know if there's like a secret recipe. I just approach each student with kindness, and I feel like kindness goes a long way, and these aren't overnight changes. It takes patience, it takes trust. There needs to be a trust established, and I think at the end of the day, they know I'm there for them.
Last year, Sydney came to me and asked if we could start a cheer team. It's never something we've had at Two Rivers. Typically, we have more boys than girls anyway, so we didn't really know if we would have enough interest, but she got these girls working and performing routines. Last year before COVID, they performed at games. And this year, even during the pandemic, they were able to compete in and win a virtual competition. And it's just given the girls just so much more engagement in school and proud of what they've accomplished.
I was in gym class one day with another para-educator, Miss Logan, and we were discussing the amount of fighting that we were seeing in the hallways each day, and it was almost always amongst girls. So we wanted to give them something that would allow them to support each other instead of tearing each other apart. And I think that's what the cheer team has been able to do.
Working with Sydney for the past 3 years to develop our cheer team has been phenomenal. She teaches our ladies that through hard work, dedication, and most importantly, unity, the sky is no longer the limit.
Oh, so this year we won first place in the competition. It was a really fun experience, and it was very empowering because we kept pushing even when things tried to stop us. And through all of it, she was always there to let us know that we got this no matter what, and we'll always be a sisterhood, we'll always be together. When you need help, you can just always count on Miss Fernandez. You can always go to her if you need anything other than cheer. She always has your back, and she's always there for you.
So Sydney is a little bit unique to the paraeducator world. She is a full-time law student in addition to her paraeducator role, and you would never know that because she puts her full passion into this position.
I thought it was really important for me to work here and engage with these students so I could see, like on the ground floor, what they were going through, like emotionally, socially. I think this is just going to make me a more empathetic and caring lawyer.
When Ms. Fernandez started this cheer club, it really helped all the girls in the school. Thank you, Ms. Fernandez.
I think Ms. Fernandez helped me in middle school to get to high school and prepare me because she helped me very well.
Thank you for always pushing us and helping us be better at what we do and at ourselves.
In terms of my student, I would not have been able to be as successful as I was if it were not for Sarah Seals, his case manager, or Jocelyn Nelson, the social worker, because they really helped support his emotional and social needs, and I learned so much from them. And cheerleading, that was really important that I worked with Vanessa Logan. She brings such an energy and light to the team, and I think it's also important to show the girls that, you can't do everything on your own. And we show that, we work together. So in all this work, I think it's important to support each other. And, you know, the kids see that, right? You have to be collaborative and work together.
So please join me in welcoming our Para-Educator of the Year, Sydney Fernandez. And now, to present the Teacher of the Year, our Superintendent of Craig Magnet Schools, Tim Sullivan.
Good morning, everyone. So last year was a crazy year. And no matter what your profession, no matter what your responsibilities, you had to make adjustments and you had to figure it out. But there's a group of employees across the country, teachers, who had an extra special challenge. And I want to take a moment to thank Dr. Florio, Sandy Cruz Serrano, for giving Heather Tartaglia and I the opportunity to work out how this was going to look in 2020-21. Working in cooperation with Lisa Cordova, we were able to come up with some plans, with the idea being that we had to continue to offer education to our children, to our students, under the hardest of circumstances. And I am so thankful that the 900 strong teachers who work for CREC stepped up and did what they did. We know that at the heart of education is the classroom. And at the heart of the classroom is relationships. And figuring out how to maintain relationships under the most trying of circumstances seemed nearly impossible a year ago today. Developing relationships with students and families that you had never met. Fostering relationships while staying 6 feet apart with masks on. Having 40% of our students opting to learn from home. The challenges were tremendous. But I can say without a doubt that CREC stepped up to that challenge. I am so proud of the work we were able to do last year, and I'm looking forward to continuing that work as we go into the next school year. So while we have 900 people that are worthy of Teacher of the Year, we do have some nominees who exemplified everything that was good about teaching in 2021. And those nominees should be very proud of the fact that they have been chosen to represent their schools. The nominees for Teacher of the Year are Jonathan Williams, CREC Academy of Aerospace and Engineering. Lisa Tatum, CREC Academy of Aerospace and Engineering Elementary School. Kathleen Askinowitz, CREC Academy of Science and Innovation. Mallory Wells, CREC Anna Grace Academy of the Arts Elementary School. Kelly Price, CREC Civic Leadership High School. Margaret Smith, CREC Discovery Academy. Beth Zafina, Glastonbury East Hartford Magnet School. Jennifer Yankee, CREC Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts Full Day. Michael Robbins, CREC Greater Hartford Academy of the Arts Middle School. Jamie Pacheco, CREC Head Start. Heather Dennis, Craig International Magnet School for Global Citizenship. Matt Eliberti, Craig John J. Allison Polaris Center. Juana Claudio, Craig Metropolitan Learning Center for Global and International Studies. Sandy Santana, Craig Montessori Magnet School. Shyla Hanlon, Craig Museum Academy. Hilda Serrano, Craig Reggio Magnet School of the Arts. Jenna Ranks, Craig River Street School. Aubrey Quinlan, Craig Soundbridge. Beth Ann Farragher, Craig Two Rivers Magnet Middle School. Melissa Fienza, Craig University of Hartford Magnet School. How about a big round of applause for all of our nominees? At this time, we'd like to share a video of this year's Teacher of the Year.
You know, you talk about relationships and how you build them with students. And we can all think back to teachers that we've had in our past of that you walked into that classroom and you didn't want to disappoint. And the thing that Kelly Price does is that every kid that comes through her doors, they leave feeling better about themselves because of the work they've done.
She gets kids to really open up, and they just, like, I've seen so many kids go from like not being interested in reading or writing to like really loving it.
One of the greatest gifts that Kelly has is making English accessible to all her children in her class. She never leaves anyone behind. She makes sure she reaches everyone.
So I've been teaching for 18 years, and this year was a year like no other. Students and teachers, everyone in this building felt a sense of anxiety and fear this year that we've never had before. I think starting with relationships, even though that's something we always do here, was paramount. And I think students felt that when they walked in the door, that I wanted to know them as individual human beings.
She's awesome. I mean, every time I walk into her class, you know, like I feel welcome, you know. She always has a smile on her face. She always puts 100% in what she does, or 110%, I should say. You know, she's very engaged with her students.
You come in, you feel like you could talk to her. She always makes sure you're doing your work, always on the right track.
She's not like babysitting us, like, oh, like handing, like having our hand, holding it. No, she's letting us like become adults. And so she pushes us to become better.
Kelly Price is such an amazing educator because she forces students to look inward and do lots of self-reflection. So when they leave her room, not only are they better educated about English language arts, but they're also just better human beings.
One thing I really like about her is even though I don't like to talk in front of people, like she's had us do that a few times this year. We're learning necessary skills for life, I think. She's really allowed us to be uncomfortable and then grow in that way.
So Kelly leads with her heart in everything that she does. She puts her students first, and you can tell her love of teaching just comes through in everything that she does. It's not me talking all the time. It's me talking very little, and it's the students building on one another and their ideas. And I feel like that elevates the entire room when the students help each other to see something in a text that they didn't see before. But like seeing that light go on, it's an incredible thing to witness, and it's something to be cultivated. Where students understand they have the answers, they can think at high levels, and they can get there. I just need to give them the space to do it.
whenever we have writing assignments, she always writes one like with us or like before us, right? And then her stories would always be something that's like, something that shows her like that she's vulnerable. But because she does that, like the things I've written about like myself for her class is crazy. Like I would never tell anybody that, but like I told her, and like it's amazing. She's amazing.
She cares truly about the total profession, and she wants to make sure that not only she is doing her best job, but also her colleagues are doing their best job. And so she is the go-to person whenever teachers need assistance or ideas, or just need like a little like pep talk.
I love working with Kelly. She came back to the school, and I was new here last year, and we connected right away, and she's open to ideas and discussion, and she shares, and she's humble, and she's just absolutely wonderful. I love working with her.
I feel really uncomfortable with the idea of deserving, because I've said this too, that this year was so incredibly challenging, and everyone who like came to work every day to keep trying is deserving. I don't know that there's anything particularly special about what I did other than I kept trying and I kept listening to the kids. And I feel like that was the thing for me this year, that I listened to them more than I've ever listened. And I think they understood. I heard them.
I want to say thank you, Ms. Price. Congratulations, for getting the award. Thank you for helping me become a better student, becoming a better person. For you believing in me, help me believe in myself. Thank you, and I really appreciate you for that.
I'm very happy for you. You definitely deserve it. You're one of my favorite teachers. I love you all my heart. I know you're gonna do good for students ahead of me. I want to say thank you for all the motivation you gave me to keep going in life. And I know you're still gonna be with me even after I graduate. Thank you.
Other than being a parent, there's no more important job to society than our teachers. Kelly, I would like to thank you for your humility and your passion. You're an inspiration to all of us. Please join us on stage. Kelly Price, Teacher of the Year. At this time, to introduce the next Core Value Award, I'd like to bring on stage Dr. Elena Brackman.
Good morning, everyone. I am honored to be presenting the Embrace Collaboration Core Value Award. So I was planning to share the stage this morning with Fortune Ross, a recent graduate of our CREC Impact Academy. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances, Fortune is joining us virtually. Fortune and his fellow graduates celebrated their achievements at Impact Academy's first formal graduation ceremony this past June. The journey to this occasion exemplifies what it means to embrace collaboration amongst the entire community, including the staff, students, and families. Impact Academy's mantra of doing high school differently relies upon embracing collaboration and elevating student voice. Fortune shared his many gifts with his Impact Academy community, and today we all get to experience one of these gifts. The following production is the direct result of one of our many collaborative projects led by Communications, the Office of Family and Community Engagement, and the Impact Academy. Please enjoy Fortune's music video created exclusively for our CREC community.
Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Time to go to school. I told my niece snacks, that's #1 rule. I have the knowledge, robotics, driving cars in the classroom, and plus I'm trying ball. Coach say love my style, shoot like Chris Paul. Track after school racing, coach, I got it right hard. We left the classroom, it's a party in the back cars. I met the right people, great in the mall. It's time to get hyped, let's sleep and have a ball. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. With my teaching, we flexing. DLEC is what we be repping. Gaining knowledge while we learning from our lessons. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. We got it right out.
Thank you, Fortune. I know that you will continue to leap, jump, and rise and make those of us that love you proud in whatever you do with your life. This year's Embrace Collaboration Core Value Award leaps, jumps, and rises each and every day. She was nominated by Jasenia Rivera Ortiz at Montessori Magnet School. Jasenia, please come up in front of the camera. In the nomination, Jasenia wrote, "This person is a role model. You can feel their passion for their work and see how much they really care. They always encourage collaboration, especially to boost the staff and school morale. They went above and beyond last year for our CDL families as well. As the Family and Community Engagement Coordinator for the school, I went with them to a family's front yard to set up a table and help the students do their work. They are the kind of person who will meet anyone wherever they are to serve their needs. I feel inspired every time I talk to this person. I personally have had the experience of observing this person's commitment to their students and families and supporting their school's culture and climate to help make Montessori a beautiful and welcoming school. This year's Embrace Collaboration Core Value Award winner is Jessica Leone. Congratulations, Jessica. Oh. Okay. You think they heard it? All right. Woo! Congratulations again, Jessica. You'll hear that in a few seconds. And now to present the 2021 Act with Courage Core Value Award, Deputy Executive Director, Sandy Cruz Serrano.
Buenos dias, crackies. I can't get out of my eyes our executive director dancing in Fortune Ross's video. Oh, my eyes, my eyes. What a great year to celebrate the wonderful talent that we have at CREC, because it's been an insane year. You've heard it over and over this morning. So I'm thrilled to celebrate you, our talented, wonderful, dedicated staff today. I have been asked to present the Act with Courage Award. This award is presented to someone who speaks up on behalf of others, takes risks, defies the odds, overcome adversity, and is a consummate role model. That's a tall order. According to Webster's dictionary, the word courage derives from the Latin word cor, which means corazón or heart. The Merriam Dictionary defines courage as mental or moral strength to venture, persevere, and withstand danger, fear, or difficulty. I actually love the way Mark Twain put it. He said, courage is resistance to being subdued by fear. I love that. In other words, it's mastering the fear. It's doing the tough thing despite the fear. I think fear is exemplified in a phrase from former Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who said, speak up even when your voice shakes. These definitions tell me that acting with courage is a very big deal. It is not for the weak of heart, el débil de corazón, or for the people who like to be neutral. Acting with courage is hard to do, especially in the times we are living. I must agree with Maya Angelou, who said, courage is the most important of all virtues, because without courage, you can't practice any other virtue consistently. I'm sorry, okay.
Thank you, Sandy. Sorry about that. I apologize. You know, when we set up the Core Value Awards at CREC, we flew to meet with the Nobel Prize Committee to make sure that our standards were high enough. And we do use an auditing firm every year to check the scoring for each award. And just before we started, Sandy, I couldn't get to you, but we did get a call from the auditor, so there is an issue. So Sandy's going to check the scoring on the Act with Courage Award, and hopefully we'll be able to get back to that in a second. I apologize for interrupting you. It was a beautiful speech. I do also, you know, now that I get to vamp for a little bit of time, there are some other people who have helped us out with this event. Greg Boucher, Joe Jarvis, Brooke Burling, and Elaine Bergeron, our fellow Creckies who helped Aura out. So I want to point them out and thank them for the work they've done to make this happen. And to the four of you, the rest of CREC will be cheering for you in about 8 seconds. I do want to just share a couple of thoughts with you. And I want to just share with you one of the things that we talked about that day that we were with John Allison a few months ago was, as an organization, some of the things that we needed to focus on, not just this year as we refocus CREC going forward, but things that we need to look forward to over the next several years. And there's 2 areas that we are going to continue to invest in as an organization. Certainly our DEI mission, diversity, equity, inclusion, that will never go away. That is something that we must always strive, fight, and work toward. It's a journey. It's a long and hard journey. It's one we will continue. The other area is investing in our people, talent management. It's so important that we give each and every one of you the toolkit that you need to be successful in the challenging work that we do each and every day. I want to thank Elsie Gonzalez, who also played the straight person in the opening video and got lots of those little gummies thrown at her. Our Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, and Curtis Rodriguez Porter from our School Choice Program for helping make something happen this year in our DEI efforts. This year, we began our employee network groups. We launched a number of them this year. Our employee network groups serve to enhance the experience and climate for individuals from historically underrepresented groups. It creates a stronger sense of belonging for all employees, and it supports a healthy and inclusive work environment. It provides a collective voice around shared issues and concerns, and it helps promote our internal diversity initiatives. We need to continue to leverage those opportunities to include those perspectives, encouraging new ideas and innovation that will lead to better outcomes for all of us at CREC. We have 3 employee network groups that are going strong. We have our Black Employee Network, Juntos Avanzamos, we advance our employee network. We have CREC Pride, LGBTQIA+, and Allies Employee Network Group. They have already done some amazing things. I thank all of them for their efforts. And I encourage you, if you want to learn more about our employee network groups, you can contact Elsie. We have a mailbox, just inclusion@crec.org. And of course, what I tell everybody, if you want to learn anything about CREC, go to the Corey page. But I want to thank all of those who have made our employee network groups happen this year. Thank you. So the other thing that I talked about was talent management. And that is an effort that is going to take multiple years for us to invest in. And as we come back together this year, our focus is going to be very, very simple. It's on our own well-being. It's so important. And I think I said this almost every week when I sent out my messages over the last year and a half, to take care of yourself. For us to be successful, again, I said we need to give you that toolkit, but you need to feel good. You need to feel strong in yourself every day. So one of the things that we're going to do, and this is a simple one, is we're kicking off an activity. It's a walking program called Epic Walks Around the Globe. It's a challenge that you as an individual can participate in. You don't just have to walk, you can convert your other activities into the program. It's something you can register. And where do you go to look for the registration? Corey. It's going to start in September. And it's a challenge, again, for you to take for your own wellness and well-being. Be sure to look for that registration. We'll send out more information. And true to CREC form, we have prizes. Mason, right? You're going to let people fly in the CREC helicopter? That was the prize? Actually, we do have prizes. There's gift cards. There's a Fitbit. There's probably going to be all kinds of CREC swag. But we really, again, need to invest in ourselves so that we can continue to do the work that we are doing. So I did want to just share with you that I didn't walk the globe this summer, but I did do something that I never thought I would do. I summited Mount Washington about a little over a month ago. Yep, that's where I started. And I'm going to be very honest with you, as I was taking this journey, and you could ask the two people that I was with, and I just want to put this into perspective. I go to the gym almost every morning, maybe do a half an hour, 45 minutes on the elliptical or treadmill. The guys I was with are marathon runners. So the term is bouldering. It's not just hiking, it's bouldering your way up Mount Washington. There were a couple points in the trip where I saw it ending maybe a little shaky. If you have that shot that in my mind, that was not me. That was just what I was thinking. Or maybe something like this. No, that's still the shot. Where's the next one? Yeah, I thought maybe that's how I'd get off the mountain. But I kept going. And I know it sounds kind of silly, and you can ask members of our leadership team, because I was texting them occasionally as I was making my way up. It was really an excuse to get a little extra rest in. But I was also telling the two people that I was with that I was thinking about this day as I was climbing up Mount Washington. One of the things I was thinking about was what I was experiencing as I was undertaking this journey. Again, you can see I was getting closer to the top there. I was thinking about the range of emotions that I was feeling. Solitude in the middle of wilderness, surrounded by incredible beauty, but feeling somewhat alone. Looking at the next climb that I had to make with a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of exhaustion. Taking those small strides and feeling a sense of accomplishment. It was certainly a challenge. It was exhilarating. And I will be honest with you, when I made it to the top, I was exhausted, but I also felt an incredible sense of pride. Solitude, anxiety, exhilaration. Oh yeah, and I was wearing Crec swag, by the way, in case anybody wanted, I had a couple applications in my backpack. Solitude, anxiety, exhilaration, exhaustion, challenging, still yet a sense of pride. It sounds like every day that we all experienced for the last 18 months. A range of emotions that spanned the highest heights and the lowest lows. It was a challenge. It made me think a lot about how much we've missed, the time that has lapsed. I really had hoped last year we would all be together, and it's nice even to have a socially distanced portion of Crec in the house with us right now. And I am hoping that next year we will be back together. It made me think about, it wasn't that long ago that I stood on the stage at FallStaff and shared with you a picture of my oldest daughter as she was planning to get married. That was only 3 years ago. And yet the last time we were all together, I shared with you two pictures. One of them was a picture of an ultrasound. You remember that one? The other one was a picture of my son, who was also planning his wedding. And they just got in under the January before we all went into isolation. They got married. And believe it or not, that ultrasound picture is it's up there somewhere. Well, Cecilia is 18 months old. No, she's a little older than that now. That's John. There she is. That's right. Dancing is obviously genetic. Interestingly enough, again, just to think of how much time has passed, John and Jess, who you saw their wedding picture, while all of us were sitting around waiting to see what Hurricane Henri was doing, John and Jess were at the hospital delivering Hurricane Charlie. Last Sunday, grandchild number 2. But think about that time since we've been together. That's little baby Charlie. I just think about that passage of time, and I think about what I had said to you, what seems like just yesterday, but it was 2 years ago. I mentioned 2 years ago about a book that I had read by David Brooks, a New York Times columnist and author. It was called The Second Mountain. And at that point, I was delivering a message that in that book, it talked about the need for all of us to find a second mountain, a second challenge in our lives so that we could feel fulfilled. And what I shared with you was that I didn't think that was necessary for any one of us. Because the work that we do every day provides us with that sense of fulfillment, that satisfaction, that we are making a difference in the world, that CREC is our second mountain. I feel blessed every day when I come to work. And I will share with you that that range of emotions that I shared with you as I was climbing Mount Washington, that I felt every day over the last year and a half, still feel a little bit of that right now. There's still a little bit of uncertainty. There's still challenges ahead. But there's one thing that I've learned is that from John Allison's day to today, there is no challenge, there is no mountain that can be put in front of a group of Creckies that they can't conquer. For that, I say thank you. And now I'm going to say something shocking. We did not consult with the Nobel people about the Core Value Awards. And I do want to thank Sandy for sharing really inspiring thoughts about courage. I also felt that this year, after what all of us have been through, from solitude, exhaustion, the highs and lows, that there was no one CREC employee who could be singled out for acting with courage. I got approval from Aura to break protocol. Those of you in the audience here have a box in front of you. You can now open it. This year, the CREC Act with Courage Award is going to be presented to each and every member of our CREC family. Because what you did over the last year required a courage that we have never had to muster in education. And you did it with grace, with class. I know it was hard. And all I can say on behalf of myself, the entire leadership team, is thank you for finding that courage every day and doing the things that are so important to the children, the families, the individuals who are in our charge. Thank you for acting with courage. So to close FallStaff, I'm going to ask you as we have done many times. In this case, it will be to jump, rise and shine, and let's dance our way into the new year. Thank you, everybody. Have a great year.
Let's have a ball, y'all. Rise. We got right out. Rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Rise. We got right out. Time to go to school. I told my niece snacks, that's #1 rule. I have the knowledge, robotics, driving cars in the classroom, and plus I'm trying ball. Coach say love my style, shoot like Chris Paul. Track out the school racing, coach I got it right hard. We left the classroom, it's a party in the back cars. I met the right people, great in the mall. It's time to get hyped, let's sleep and have a ball. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. With my teaching, we flexing. CREC is what we be repping. Gaining knowledge while we learning from our lessons. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. We got it right out. Let's leap and have a ball, y'all. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Time to go to school. I told my niece snacks, that's #1 rule. I have the knowledge, robotics, driving cars in the classroom, and plus I'm trying ball. Coach say love my style, shoot like Chris Paul. Track out the school racing, coach I got it right hard. We left the classroom, it's a party in the back cars. I met the right people, great in the mall. It's time to get hyped, let's sleep and have a ball. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out. I'm trying to go to school with my friends and vibe out. Yeah, let's vibe out. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. With my teaching, we flexing. CREC is what we be repping. Gaining knowledge while we learning from our lessons. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Let's sleep, let's jump, let's ride. Let's sleep and have a ball while we party outside. Move forward, move back, then lean to the side. Leap, jump, rise. We got right out. Leap, jump, rise. Mama said we gotta slide out.